Hi, it's Ray from Pro Shaper Workshop, and tonight I wanted to talk about the YouTube build English wheel. As you can see, we're almost done with it. There's a few little tweaks. We want to paint these here, the bottom and the top adjuster and the bottom holder here, and we few tweaks here and there still. But I'll just show you some of the features that we have on the wheel. We have rubber underneath that gets glued on, and it's got a really nice tripod system. The thing is super stable. Someone mentioned, I had it on Facebook, and someone mentioned I should probably put a bar going across there. Doesn't need it. Those legs are bulletproof. We have the adjusters, or the anvils, right here with a nice rack. And we have a new adjuster I designed and a new bottom holder. These bolt on, and some of the people have been making comments on Facebook. I put a couple pictures up this week on Facebook, on my Facebook page. If anybody on YouTube wants to follow me on Facebook, it's under Ray Chalene or Pro Shaper Sheet Metal, either one. And my Ray Chalene one, I post a lot of really good stuff there if you're interested. So you have to become a friend. You have to follow me. I've already got 5,000 friends, and that's the limit, I guess, on Facebook. So we painted it up with Rust-Oleum hammered finish. All of the wells. Frank, my volunteer, put the frame all together. He did all the welding, and most of it was MIG weld, and MIGs spatter all over the place. So there was quite a bit of clean up from the wells, and then I wanted it to be really pretty, so I had Frank put Bondo in all of these, and we cleaned the fillets all up nice. They're all been sanded beautifully and everything, so it's got a really nice appearance now. Even on the legs, we filled it all with Bondo down at the bottom, and we put the soles on there. And these are going to be painted with wrinkle paint. I just didn't get a chance to yet to get that done. And this is the mechanism that I designed for this wheel. The top wheel and the anvils are pretty much standard of what I do on my other English wheels that we sell. And what I'm going to do now is I've got this as a plan that you can buy. It's a full-scale plan that includes the plan for the frame and the legs, and that's been pretty successful, and it's another way of helping my YouTube channel in these difficult times if you're interested in building a really nice machine like this. So the plans are on sale at my website, proshaper.com. And now what we're going to do is, this is the prototype machine, and we might, like I said, tweak it here and there, but nothing major. Everything is really, really good. It exceeded my expectations. But we might do some enhancements as we evolve it. And Frank is going to start doing wheel number one, the production wheel number one. We're going to make a couple for the shop. But wheel number one, we're going to video every bit of it, showing how to do all the joints and doing how the different ways of doing the joints, the cutting the metal for the joints, and also the welding methods. And then what a lot of people are interested in is, how do you make all this? Well, I'm going to have plans available. They also will be full scale. They will be on my proshaper.com website, and all the innards and all that will all be there. And that means that you can make this all yourself, or if you don't have a lathe and equipment, maybe you have a friend down the street or a machine shop that you've dealt with, they can do it for you. Or you can also buy all this stuff from proshaper.com. Another option is, if you have a local company that's making anvils or something, you can buy all that stuff from them, and it'll all adapt to what I have. The reason why it will adapt is I designed this with an interface, so it has these 4-bolt, 3/8 bolt interfaces right here. So it's pretty flexible as far as how you want to put on different types of tooling. And some of the people on the forums have said, hey, that'd be kind of cool if you made it like a multi-purpose machine. And I said, yeah, I'm generally not a big fan of multi-purpose machines, but some people are very tight on their space in their 2-car garages or a 1-car garage or in their basement or whatever. And it's very easy for me to come up with a dovetail that's tapered, and that would allow you to kind of plug this stuff in. So you could plug this in, tighten a couple set screws, and it would hold it, and that one would drop in a couple set screws, and that would be the English wheel mode. But it also could potentially be turned into a planishing hammer or a louvering press or all kinds of different, or a bead roller, tipping wheel, all kinds of different things. So that's yet to come. That's on the agenda. Somebody else said that they'd like to have it so that it could swing against the wall and be hinged right against the wall. So this has a nice flat plane here and flat plane here that easily could be adapted for a really heavy duty hinge system, so that you could swing it right out into the room or against the wall. So some of the other features that the machine has is these these yokes here. These are adjustable so that you got set screws here and here. That allows you to tip the angle to correct any geometry problems or anything like that. Or if you want to pinch one like this, sometimes you want to pinch the wheel, and you can do that by just loosening these screws and turning these adjustments here. You also have a 1-point connection point here for the yokes, so that if you turn that, loosen that, you can turn this, and that allows you to turn it 90 degrees or 45 degrees, which comes in really handy. Not all the time, but maybe 5% of the time. It's a really nice feature to have. That's the same deal over here. You got one 1/2 inch 20 thread with a 3/4 head on it, bolt, that you just loosen up and you can turn that yoke any way you want. And this system here is, it has an 1.5 inch piece of cold rolled round stock through here, and this has got a sleeve on it right now that's carrying the load, but you can alter the size of that sleeve if you wanted to, and that would allow you to raise and lower that if you wanted to put a little bit bigger wheels or different yokes and all that. So there's all kinds of adaptability to this machine. If you wanted to have a bunch of different specialty anvils, you can make another holder on the other side. You got plenty of room for growth for anvils, and we got a nice lifting point. It's really well balanced. It comes up really nice and square there. And then this is what I do here on my top wheel adjuster. I always put one different colored ball so you can find out where you're at as far as how much tension you have on it. Now, this will be what I call the Deluxe mechanism kit. And again, it will be sold as plans. Might also sell it as components that you finish, and also as finished pieces. That's yet to come. It might be another 2 weeks before I get all of that stuff done. Some people are really budget conscious, and they might want even a less expensive set of mechanisms. So I will do also a bottom adjuster setup is oftentimes a little less expensive to make. So this can be easily adapted to a bottom adjuster. Some people just favor them anyways. You can kick them with your feet. I don't particularly care for them, but a lot of people do. So I will make a mechanism that will be a bottom adjuster, and that'll be another option, and that will be a lesser priced one. But that's going to be at least a couple weeks or so before I get all that done. And we painted it the black Rust-Oleum hammered finish, and this is a silver, and we put these little stripes on it, and it looks really attractive. Like I said, this is going to be the wrinkle finish. I think that will set it off really nice. And we got this with the plan kit. You get with the Deluxe plans, you get the full scale plans which allow you to make little templates and to be able to cut all the pieces very easy, and you leave the full-scale plan untouched, and you can measure everything. So when you get ready to weld it, if you want to know what that distance is from here to here, whether you're in metric or if in inches, you'll be able to measure the plan and make sure that yours is measuring up the same and as you weld it. The plans also include the angle cuts for the wheels and everything, for the legs, and and then also the ProShaper aluminum nameplate here, which I put on with the two-sided industrial automotive tape. So that's a funny story, because when I put it on, I said, oh, I'm going to try it here in the center of the machine, and I just barely touched it like this, and I stepped back and I said, you know, it might be better if I put it over here, and I went to take it off, and there was no way. It was impossible. It was on there. So the other side, I put it in the center right in here. That's going to have to stay there. So we've got an asymmetric look on this wheel. So I'm really happy with the machine. And let me show you what we can do with it. There's some steel. And I'll put the steel into it. Tighten the adjuster up. And we'll be using this on some of our projects too. As you can see, that's really stable. The machine's not jumping around or anything. With the rubber feet on it, or rubber shoes on it, and that 3-point pickup or leg system, it's really stable. So there's the nice compound. You can pop in there in a minute. So let's try hitting a few. Loosen this up a little bit. Let me get my gloves on. So if anybody has any questions about the wheel too, on the forums, if you probably noticed, I answer all the questions on the forum on YouTube, where you can make comments or ask questions. So you can knock those lumps out pretty quick. So don't hesitate to ask any questions, and thank you very much for the support you have been giving me. It's been really helpful in this time we're in now, and I hope we can make this into something that works really well. Not only the English wheels, but like I mentioned, I think in an earlier video, I plan to make you know, a bunch of different machines that will be of this high quality build, construction, and design. And it's pretty inexpensive. Everybody's always looking for an inexpensive tool, but they want it to function well. As you can see, that functions really nicely. I priced out the tubing brand new from my supplier, and brand new with the legs and everything is probably about $250 to $275, $250 to $275. I don't have the price yet projected for this, and like I said, it'll be in a basic and a deluxe version, and also it'll be bought potentially in plans where you do it yourself, or the kit, or assembled. So there'll be an array of different price points to make it affordable for everybody's pocketbook. So from Charlton, Massachusetts, and Ray Shalene's Pro Shaper Workshop, I want to thank you for watching. Good night.